piece of prose, and it's called Age, and I have to say this. I wrote this when I lived probably about 160 miles away from Great America Amusement Park in Gurnee, Illinois. I now live a mile to a mile and a half away from Gurnee, but that has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that this mentions the place where I actually live now. This is a piece called Age. Sometimes when I get behind the wheel of a car, I feel like I'm at Six Flags Great America Amusement Park in Gurnee, Illinois again, and I'm 13 years old and I'm able to drive one of those bumper cars. And it's such a thrill because, I mean, I'm 13 years old and I can't drive, and now I'm in control of this huge piece of machinery. And granted, there's this wire sticking into the car that's getting electricity for it to run, but at least now, for once, I feel free that I can just go faster than I ever could by running, or even if I use my roller skates or my bicycle. And when I get that feeling and I'm behind the wheel of a car, I want to just start going really, really fast out on this abandoned road, blare some rock music, roll down my windows, and turn up the heat because it's so winter. Sometimes when I go out on a nude date, I feel like I'm 16 again, and I'll rifle through my closet deciding that I have absolutely nothing to wear. And then he'll pick me up, and we'll go to a restaurant with deer heads down the walls, and we'll have whiskey sours, and we'll struggle with our lettuce leaves and our salads because they're too big and we're not supposed to be able to use our knife. And when we're done with dinner, we'll go to a bar that's so crowded and so loud that we won't be able to talk to each other, but we'll have to stay on real terms. And then he'll take me home, and I'll invite him in, and he'll sit in the chair. I'll sit on the couch, and he'll ask for a glass of water. Well, we can't think of any more small talk, and the clock says 3:12 a.m. I'll see him to the door. He'll kiss me goodbye, and I'll lock the door after he leaves. When I'm sure he can't see me through the window, I'll then turn on my stereo and dance in my living room before going to bed. Sometimes when I get home after 10 o'clock from working overtime on my computers, I just want to retire, to quit the work, to stop it all. I see my parents, after a life of working at the construction sites and raising 5 children, now beginning to relax, buying a small home in Southwest Florida, playing tennis in the morning, playing cards in the afternoon, drinking with other retired couples in the evening. Sometimes another couple invites them out to a boat ride off to Marco Island, where they smoke cigarettes, drink a few beers, drive the boat low enough to make sure that there's no wake when they're by the pier. Sometimes I look at the computer screen I work at, and I remember how computers used to mean video games. I remember when I was 8 and I would sit with my best friend in the upstairs den on the floor in front of the old television set and play table tennis on the Atari. Times change, I suppose, and I reflect on the beaches and the boats to Marco Island and the sand between your toes and that feeling that there's so much left to love in life.